Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano, and thank you for listening to the Super Awesome Geek Show.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hey! It's time to talk comics and other stuff.
He's like, hey, whatever.
I'm John, and I'm here with Chip and Baz. How you doing, guys?
Oh, fine. How are you today?
Doing good. I took a nap, so I'm all right.
A rough day at work. Waking up early.
Yeah, well, we were, you know how we said let's get going last night, Chip?
Yeah.
Matt went, hey, do you mind? Sure, we're gonna check out this thing real quick before we go to bed. And next thing you knew, it was 12:30.
Yeah, I seen that one coming. I seen it after I was like getting ready to sign off. He started talking. I'm like, all right, yeah, they're on for a while.
I was like, I gotta go. I'm gonna get up in like 5 hours. So I'm going.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, now it's 4.5 hours. I gotta go.
Yeah. Well, it was a good time though. Good time.
We were playing games all night.
Often nights like that, you end up talking to somebody and you forget about the time. You're like, Jesus, I'm meant to be working in like 2-3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh man, where'd that time go? Crap.
So when I got home from work today, I had lunch and then did a couple of things. Then I took a nap for like 2 hours. So I caught up a little bit. And now I got a donut. I woke up and there's donuts.
And there's donuts?
There's donuts. So I was like, yeah, cool.
Breakfast? Oh, that actually would be dinner for you, actually. It's not even lunch.
No, I won't eat just a donut for dinner. I'll find something good, a little bit healthier after this.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Mr. B, how you doing? Gerard.
Mr. B.
What's up, Gerard? Super Awesome John's Comics. Chris, 1000th Ghost.
Hey, Chris.
How you doing, Chris? Hope things are well.
Yeah.
Duffman, what's going on here?
Duffy.
Everyone's saying hello to each other. Jonathan Redmond is here. How you doing, Jonathan?
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Rolando is here.
Mm-hmm.
Where did I know Rolando said hi somewhere, but here he is. Rolando's here.
I was gonna say, yeah. He's just saying names. He just Jonathan Duffman.
Yeah.
He's even saying hi.
He said hi somewhere, I'm sure, right?
Well, possibly.
Where is he?
It doesn't matter. He doesn't have to say hi. He runs.
There he is. Hello.
Hello.
All right, guys. So we had some cool stuff coming up. Let's start with so actually, Bazzer got something neat at his comic shop. So let's take a look at what Baz picked up, because
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's got something that will excite all of us. It's like Christmas. We don't know what he has.
I knew he was excited about something because he kept asking him to, are we doing the show? He's like, oh, he wants to show something off.
So tell everybody what your comic shop did. They bundled. What'd they do? They bundled stuff?
Yeah, they're doing like from mystery comics.
Oh, okay.
So they were doing Marvel and DC and like the indie comics, but they ran out of the Marvel and the DC. I just kind of noticed it on their Instagram page, so I kind of popped in on Saturday and I managed to get one. So I don't even know what comics these are.
A mystery pack of comics.
So you got 15 comics for £10.
Oh, that's not bad.
So less than $1 a comic. That's not bad.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Hopefully, there's something good in there that you're going to want to read.
Yeah. Issues to go, yeah.
Durrell, what you got, Baz? What you got?
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan says he's playing catch up on One Piece. He's up to issue 38. Only 1,000 issues to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those.
Isn't that like a new show on Netflix too, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, One Piece. Yeah.
The manga stuff, like some of those manga can go on forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm enjoying the One Piece, the Netflix series. I think it's quite good. They've done quite good with that one.
I got to get back into it. I watched like maybe 2 episodes and then I kind of dwindled out of it. So I don't know. Everyone says I got to give it another go, so I will.
Yeah. Definitely gotta.
It's the best. It's a decent. It's probably one of the better anime live actions that they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, they have kept to the original anime story kind of thing with the characters and all that. So I enjoyed it. Like,
I've seen the first 2 episodes and haven't made it back yet to it, but I definitely
that's the same with me. Yeah. The show got me into the manga.
That's probably why
the Netflix show is awesome. All right.
The first couple of episodes were a bit slow, but after that, then it kind of picks up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I plan on getting back into it. I thought it was neat. I thought they did a great job. I thought the effects on it were good, and
visually it looks great. Yeah,
visually I love it. It's
and if Jonathan likes it, oh my god, it's got to be good because that guy's got the highest whatever
what are you trying to say. It's hard to please. We're all waiting patiently.
I know, yeah. Like, what is it? What is it? What is it?
I was just too busy talking. That's what it is. So, first one is Fanboys versus Zombies.
Oh, there you go.
That's cool.
If it's got zombies, it might be good. You know.
Yeah, little movie studio there.
Perfect for Halloween.
And that's what's on the back because John was doing this last week.
Yeah.
Next one's Thief of Thieves.
Interesting.
And that's
Image Comics. Oh, is that older then? Huh.
Sky? Yeah.
Or are they bringing back Fallen Skies? Oh yeah, I haven't even started Twisted Metal. Where's Twisted Metal? I've heard that there's a show. I remember playing the game. I mean, we used to play that game. And
this was
I've heard there's a show.
2014.
Was Fallen Sky that recently, really?
Yeah.
I guess that was 10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah.
Geek Strong. I'm leaving work now.
The way they've done that, I'm not too sure how you pronounce that. Is it Evolution?
Evolution, yeah. Evolution A, probably, or something like that.
Evolution.
Yeah, so it's in the
Horror Evolved. I'm leaving work right now. I have a bunch of ducks with me, and I'm driving around.
Quack, quack.
Eternal Warrior.
Ooh, very cool.
Number 8.
Valiant.
Is that a Valiant? Yeah.
Yeah.
Valiant's revamped. You know, these are so far they're not bad comics. They're actually, you know, I'd read a lot of these.
Rasputin.
Image Comics, yeah.
You must pay for everything in the world one way or another. That's what's on the back.
They say Rasputin's still alive somewhere, you know.
Army of Darkness.
What?
Oh, cool.
In space. Right now, Ash is in Call of Duty.
Actually, yes, he is.
Or soon, anyway. I don't know.
I don't think they've released him yet.
This is a Dark Horse's Fight Club.
Oh, yeah, Fight Club. That's the second one. Yeah.
Very cool.
The Green Hornet, the legendary Green Hornet.
Oh, neat.
Oh, that's cool.
Is it issue 2 of Armor Clads?
I don't know that one. Who did that one?
Kind of like a mecha.
Valiant again.
Valiant. Okay.
This one's it's a Grindhouse comic. It's Dark Horse again.
Blood Lagoon.
The Lagoon.
Huh.
This is a weird name. 10 grand.
Huh.
Yeah.
Image. No, I never heard of that one.
Not a lot of Image comics, a lot of indie comics like that, but
Issue 4 of Veil.
Yep. Veil. Yep.
This is an IDW one. This is Rot and Ruin.
Yeah. Huh.
The Legend of the Leather Strode.
Luther Strode.
Yeah.
Yeah, huh.
Strode.
And the last one is the terrible. I don't even know how. I don't know what that.
Terrible Lizard.
Terrible
Yeah.
lizard.
Yeah.
That's not too bad for £10.
No. Yeah.
You
I'd
know,
read
it's-
that one because it looks like it's a giant thing fighting a monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the monkey's mutated. He's got like some weird arm.
Oh yeah,
Weird.
spike arm.
Yeah. Spike arm
Set up
tail.
your barge yet, and then blow it up, and then you have to.
Mhm.
This shows some of the artwork off on this
Oh,
one.
there's like a T-Rex or something. It's gonna
That's
fight the monkey.
So I've got a lot of reading to do, and
Yeah. The bad thing is, what if one of those gets you into something where you like the story so much you got to go find the other ones? You know.
yeah, I've done that with a few comics. I'm still in the hunt for a couple that I've previously picked up, and it's like I need to find the first episode. I've managed to find like the second one, but I need to find the first one. But some of them are now out of stock, so they can't get them.
Mm-hmm.
So did you get anything else, Bass, or is that the only thing you picked up while you were there?
No, man. I picked some bits up from that Toys for a Pound. So this was a bit of Chrissy's fault yet last week.
Oh, what is it?
I ended up picking up some more of these pins.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Sebulba.
It's a Bulba. I got Carnage.
Oh, cool.
Oh, very cool.
I got Venomized Loki.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Jango Fett.
Neat.
Very cool.
Oh, we're
Actually-
jetpacking away.
I actually have
Is
one of
were
those.
those were those cheap? Were those like on
Yeah,
a deal?
you're not going to believe it, but they were selling these on that Toys for a Pound for £2.
£2? Wow.
I was lucky enough to get them because they sold out quite quick.
Yeah.
And then I went to B&M's when I shouldn't have. And B&M's have got the Super 7 reaction.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Wow.
I got Napoleon.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
I got Mutagen Man.
Neat.
And I got Gecko.
Oh, cool.
I really
Wow.
I shouldn't have went to B. I only went to B&M's just to get stuff for work. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have a quick look down the toy aisle and see what they've got. And these were just like staring me in the face.
Well, how much were those?
7 out of 9.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
There was no price on them, so I had to ask at the checkout. It's like, can you tell me how much they are? They're like 7 out of 9. I was like, that's a no-brainer. I'm just buying the 3 of them. It was only
Yeah.
3 that I had left on the shelf.
Yeah. Huh.
That's very cool.
So I don't know if that's another rabbit hole I'm going to that I've fell down.
Well, I mean, I would have got them just because I like to collect those things when they're not $20. Like you know,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
because they look so, I think they look
To be
great
honest
with the
with you,
card backs
these-
and everything.
I would probably just buy like, I wouldn't bother with the turtles, but I would just buy like the
The other ones. Yeah.
other ones. Because I mean, with him, and he's quite a bulky figure. Man, the turtles just look awful slim, and they don't look like they're in scale with these guys. But I was hoping they would have had Slash and Triceratops and Chrome Dome, but they never.
Everyone wants Slash because
I'm going to have to. This weekend, I'm going to have to go. I might have to go a bit further out to one of the other B&Ms and see if they've got any, just to try and. But they've got majority of the. According to this, there's 4 waves, so I managed to get 2 from wave 4, and I think another one was wave 1. So,
see, like if I understood this right, so I've recently in the toy group that I've met here in South Florida, a couple of the guys are really big Turtles fans. They have been since they were kids, and so the original Turtles, one of the most sought after figures, and probably one of the ones that has the highest value, is Slash. Okay. And what it is it's actually a mistake. There's no rhyme or reason as to why he's more valuable than any other figure, except for the fact that back when he was coming out, when he was released, there was a word of mouth kind of rumor that he was produced less than any of the others. Okay. Because he is sort of, you kind of feel like he is sort of near the tail end or whatever, I guess. I don't know if I understood it correctly. And, but these turtle guys know people who worked on the turtle. They know the guys who like sculpted the turtles at Playmates and worked on them. And some of these guys are so big into it. They've got prototypes and they're working on like a documentary and stuff about it or whatever. And, if I understood correctly, based on what they were all talking about, he was actually produced more. There was more of that figure than there are of some of the others that were put out around that time. It was just that he was an interesting looking character that at the time people were buying him up. So when someone went to the store, they saw less of him than the other ones. So they thought, because they didn't have the internet, the way we do today, they thought he was rare and not produced as much. But the truth of the matter is nowadays we find out that no, he was actually, there's more of him out there than probably the 4 main turtles. You know what I mean? But because of that mythology surrounding the character, he still fetches a higher price. Even though it doesn't make any sense. They're like, he shouldn't fetch any higher a price than the other characters because, it's a weird, but I mean, that's kind of the way some of the last 17 are as well in Star Wars. They have that air of mythology around them. But if you look at the numbers of how many were produced, I've heard people say the same thing, I don't know how they look at the numbers, but I mean, like, when they look at the numbers and see how many, there was like, 20 million of Anakin Skywalker made. So he shouldn't even be a $50 to $60, $70 figure. He should be $10, because he's also one that nobody wants. And same with like the Imperial Dignitary. He shouldn't be $120 loose figure. He should be like $10 because there was like 15 million of them made. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's no reason for some of these other than the mythology and stigma around them. There's no reason for some of these figures to be worth as much money, considering the number that's produced. But because of the mythology, people hang on to them. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, this is worth money. They see Slash. This is worth money. I got to hang on to it. You know what I mean? I'm not selling this one. It's worth a lot of money.
It's interesting to see what their ideas on from Stitch the cat, because it's weird that his card, him on card is like nearly $2,500. So it'll be interesting to find out if you ever speak to them, ask them about that. It's like, why is Stitch expensive as well?
Huh. Yeah, I'll have to ask.
It'll be interesting to see why he's. I know he was like what John says. He's like you had certain turtles that come out the last. Same with He-Man and all that. You had the odd characters that come out in the last the last run. And I know Stitch was a part of that because he wasn't they never made him for the cartoon. He was only made for the toy line.
Gotcha.
And it's the same way Hotspot and all that. They were just made for the toy line. They weren't. I don't think they were actually in the original cartoon as well. But it's that long for I watched the original Turtles cartoon, so there might be an episode that you see them.
By rights, he should actually probably be the one that's worth the most money by rights. Yeah. And maybe he is now. Maybe he's catching up. Maybe what they're talking about is that like that's what it was up to a certain point, and now now that we know the numbers and how things are going, it's starting to switch.
Well, it's kind of funny because it's weird that you mentioned Slash, because when I picked up the Super 7 one, the Ultimate one, I've only ever seen one of him in the B&M stores that I've been in. You can get the rest of them apart from him.
Yeah.
So I've only ever seen one on the shelf. Up here anyway. I don't know what it's like doing.
Well, I think it's crossing over the same thing because that was a sought after character in the past. So now he's going to be a sought after character no matter what version he's made in. You know,
it's like my one, and there's my local one's got about 12 scratches in it, kind of thing. And I thought that would have been the first character to go.
Yeah, I would buy that one. You know, if I saw it. I thought that I did. I thought that I saw. I feel like I saw pictures of like the Turtles as like one of them was He-Man, one of them was Man-at-Arms, right?
I'd seen something.
Were those just like sketches, like idea sketches, or? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I remember this too, Jonathan.
I've seen custom turtle figures for the He-Man, but there was, that's what Jonathan says, there was a rumor that there was meant to be a crossover. Very interesting to see who Skeletor would be. Would that be a
Geekstrong saying Scratch is a good one too. No, Slash also. I'm telling you because they were showing pictures of him in the chat, Geekstrong. And it's Slash. It's a turtle, not a cat. They were talking about a turtle, not a cat. So yeah, we're talking about like yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
Don't be trying to correct John. Damn it. Yeah. Jeopardy.
Chip can show off what he's wearing.
Show off that shit.
Oh, it's the
that he
Coca-Cola Han Solo. Yeah.
The Han Solo Coca-Cola.
I have about 300 comics. Wow. I mean, autocorrect. Where'd you get that, Chip?
I don't even remember. I will find out for you though. I'll send you guys a link in the Monkey Lizard Army.
They're repeating themselves. Oh, I have about 1,500 comics. All right. Let's issue with this so that there are now very few around. Yeah, that could be too. Yeah, they ended up in 50-cent bins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Geekstrong likes the underdogs. I always thought the Imperial Dignitary was a great figure. It was Slash, Scratch, not. It wasn't Slash. It's Scratch the Cat. No, I'm talking about Slash, the turtle one. Yeah, the turtle, not the cat. Yeah. Hey, G-Force.
Hey, G. What's going on?
What's up?
G-Daddy in the house.
They're coming out with... Yeah, the big crazy turtle. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I really need to open these up, Chip, but it's just I don't have any room to put them in now until I sort out a display for them.
Yeah.
It was this week some poster was floating about a He-Man crossover, but I can't find it now. I have Slash.
Jonathan's been doing too many drugs.
Very cool, Chip. Very cool.
Thank you. I take back what I just said.
Geekstrong, you're 110% wrong again, John. Do you want me to get the chat out here? Do you want me to get the chat that they were talking about it? Like, I'll show you where they were.
This is gonna take a while.
I mean, Jesus.
It's like these, man.
It went on. Their chat went on for like 3 days. You know what I mean? It was like a big long discussion about it. Mattel just announced Turtles of Grayskull. The first wave has already been announced. It's an origin style one. See, we're not crazy. They really
Well,
are
see,
doing
these-
it.
I want to open these up, but I like the card art. So I'm
Yeah.
kinda stuck.
Yeah. It's a good card back.
Bob is sat on the toilet. Is he really? How do you know?
I was gonna say, Rom, you peeking on him?
I know. What's he doing?
Looking through the
Here's the
keyhole?
link to the announcement.
Okay.
Just got my first Super 7 Black Hole Bob, Vincent, and Maximilian. Cool. So anything else, Baz, now that we've caught up with the chat?
No, it was kind of a quiet weekend.
Yeah. What'd you grab, Chip?
So I haven't been to the shop this week, but I did.
That's the problem. I didn't go today either.
I
So.
didn't go. Yeah, I was too busy with work today, so I wasn't able to go. But I did. I do have a bunch of stuff from last week that I ended up getting. So over the weekend, went to a friend of ours' Halloween party.
Yeah.
Gentleman named Chris. He plays,
What'd you dress up as?
I actually dressed up as. I just had the Misfits outfit, like a.
Oh, okay.
It's a Misfits, the skull from
Yeah.
Misfits. But it had a bunch of horror movies covers, horror covers from like Jaws and from Shining and all that. Underneath is as the as the where the white would be on the Misfits head. So anyway, and that was all I did. I wasn't dressing up. But he ended up giving me a small little stack of comics. So I've got a small stack here, and then I got a delivery of a bunch of comics here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no. So I'll go through them real quick. But these were very cool. So
Planet Pulp.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
World Breaker,
cool.
Yep.
Yeah, World Breaker. These were all, he just had them in a box, and he's like, hey, I was getting ready to walk out the door, and he's like, hey, I got a bunch of comics here that I'm going to get rid of. Do you want to just look through the box and take anything? So I was like, sure. So.
Oh, yeah. Bounty Hunters. Nice.
Yeah. I didn't have this one. I mean, not this cover. So.
Yeah.
And then I got.
Oh, that's a cool one. I think I have that one. Yeah.
Superman Bizarro. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
And I've never had any Gunslinger.
Gunslinger Spawn. Yes.
I've got I got these two issues here.
Yeah.
Which are the first, So I'll read one. I'll read it. Check it out. And then I ended up getting Scorched.
Oh, Scorched. Yeah.
It's kind of a cool looking cover. And then.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So.
Kind of a sketch cover variant, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So that came from my buddy Chris. So thank you, Dadpool, aka Chris.
Yeah.
And then this is actually what I get from Economics and Comics. Not my local comic shop, but I get these delivered. So very cool.
Joker. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Connor, how you doing, Connor? Take the Time Collectibles. It's JLA versus Godzilla versus Kong. Yes, it is.
Very cool.
Good to see you, my friend. Glad you're here in the chat. I hope I have that in my box. Versus Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
I'll get in next week and pick up my comics and try to balance that out.
Yeah. This one here. Then I had to go with one of Chris.
Yes. Yeah.
Chris has me into these things now. Fucking Chris.
Oh, dark! That's a cool Vader cover. Look at that.
Yeah, very cool. Cool Batman cover.
Oh yeah.
And then I kind of went. I'll be honest. I know very little about Transformers. It was kind of after my time of growing up. I know what they are. I've seen the movies. I know what my brother had toys but it wasn't something I put. So I'm getting in the Transformer comics. I've never actually read before. So sketch cover.
Oh yeah. Got that one. Yep.
That one.
Jeez, you went for a number of them. I just went for the two group shots.
I kind of went all in, yeah. Got that one.
Yeah.
This one here.
Oh, Destroying Starscream.
Yeah, very cool. And then I also ended up getting, just in the mail the other day, the Scotty Young autographed
That's cool.
Transformers with a little certificate of authenticity on the back here.
Yeah.
Scotty Young. So very cool. And then just a cool cover by. It was kind of, I just thought it was neat.
Yep.
Stormbreakers. Very cool. And then the last thing I ended up getting was this Batman City of Madness.
Whoa.
Magazine cover, but it was a very cool looking cover.
That is cool.
So I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to read it. I'll probably read this on the DC Universe app when it comes out. I usually use that app instead of.
Is that one story or?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. Kristen Ward, Batman City of Madness, book 1. So black label. So yeah.
G-Force says that he loves Connor.
We all love Connor.
Dino's still pressing the issue. He won't give up. I just looked it up. There's a Slash with a red and purple belt instead of a common black belt. His belly shell is more yellow. You're still wrong. Well, it's not me. If it's wrong information, it's not me that's wrong. It's the chat group. But I'm telling you, I'm just reiterating what they said. And these guys know their turtles, and they probably know their turtles way better than Geek Strong knows his turtles. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? These guys have industry insider information that trumps your. I just know this stuff because I'm Geek Strong.
Is he the Jeopardy champion? Or...
Yeah, whatever. That Spidey cover is fantastic.
How many questions has Geek Strong got right due to your little trivia thing on? Because I love how you've did that. Because every time I see one up, I read that and it's like I take a guess on some of them.
Yeah,
and I get it right. I think I've only had one wrong answer.
So all
I'm
the
glad those are
basically me. Then is what you're saying.
I'm glad those are going pretty well because some of them get like 50 or 60 people answering, and I think that's pretty cool that it's getting a lot of engagement. You know what I mean?
The one I seen one last night. And it was about the Visionaries, and it was just the names. It's like, well, it can't be Leroy, it can't be this, and it was like, and it was the first one. The one that got me earlier on, I think it was.
Wow! Yeah.
I think it was. Was it the Robo Tank? It kind of got me. I was like, "Is it the Robo Tank? It's cried." I can't remember what the question. I can't remember what one it was, but I read it and it's like, I'm sure it's the Robo Tank. The Robo Tank was in my head for some reason, and it was.
The Voltron one, you mean?
Yeah, it was a Voltron one.
Oh yeah, no.
Like,
that was a funny question because it's like to describe the tank, you're like it has a skull on the front. And that's the name of it, the Skull Tank. So it's like, what the hell? Look, it's almost like you're giving it away, but I just thought that was a funny question.
Well, that's all I got.
That's it for me with Subpar. They stay on the cart. I don't get political, but I vote for Geek Strong.
Mm-hmm. Is that the Make America Strong Again?
Right? Yeah. So I got a question for you guys. I was thinking of this while Baz here was opening up those independent comics, and I thought about this. This kind of, I guess, was brought back into my head today because I was kind of wondering why my comic store even does it this way. So we have like a list that goes in our bin, in our box at the comic store. And the list has like Marvel, and I think it starts with DC, then it's Marvel, and then it has independent comics. And all of the Image and Dark Horse and IDW are in the independent column. And I kind of was like, I remember looking at the list this last time when I had to fill it out again to update my list.
Yeah.
And my pull list. And I was like, what, the independent category now has like 2 or 3 columns of comics in it. And I'm kind of like, I know I get a couple Image comics. So wouldn't it be easier if those were broken out into a section called Image, and then Dark Horse and IDW were broken out, and then the rest was called independent comics because they're smaller. Because to me, especially like, Image Comics at least,
Yeah.
they're just as big as DC and Marvel. In my head, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not really independent comics anymore. I mean, they almost Image almost never was, because you had mainstream comic guys start Image, so they were more mainstream. They were more mainstream when they started than DC or Marvel was at the time, because they had all the good artists and good writers, Yeah. So it's kind of like, why do we still consider them? Oh, hello. How you doing?
This is my wife, Carrie.
What's for dinner?
He wants to know what's for dinner. John wants to know what's for dinner.
Burgers and fries.
Oh, okay. That's actually what I had for lunch. I had a burger and fries for lunch. Culver's. I went to Culver's.
Anyway, sorry.
No, yeah. So, like, what do you guys think about that? Do you feel like in what, like, why are they considered independent, I guess, still? And what how big does a company have to be no longer considered independent? You know what I mean?
I agree with you 100%. Image Comics is huge. I mean, I read probably more Image Comic stuff on a consistent basis than I do any DC or Marvel. DC, Marvel, I collect like the staples, but reading wise, I do a lot more Image Comic reading, and I have most of my bin, my rack or whatever is mostly, I would say a big portion of it is actually independent or Image and IDW and Boom Studios comics. And then, Boom I could see has been independent. IDW is big enough, especially with what they're pairing in and out, but then also Image is huge. I can't imagine why they would still keep that separated, segmented. I mean, for me, it's Image is better than those other two.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan says the same thing. Image is pretty much equal footing with DC and Marvel at this point.
No doubt about it. 5 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, it was independent, I would think, or even maybe a little later. 8 years.
Oh no! Now G-Force is going to be sitting there outside your window in the bushes.
Yeah. See Miss Ganassi. Yeah.
I love fries.
Yeah.
You're wrong, Geek Strong. It's not.
You're wrong.
Prove to me how you love fries now. You have to see. To me, it comes down to ownership. Marvel and DC own their characters. Image does not own any of the characters it publishes. All the characters are independently owned. Gotcha. Okay.
They are. Yeah. But still, on a list, you would think if a comic shop is actually presenting out the list of, here's your big three are going to be Marvel, Image, and the DC. And then after that, then you'll have your IDWs, your Booms, your Shocks, and all the others. Will be after that,
Because I mean, I know, like, I do know some people who get like every IDW. Well, they used to, like when IDW had Transformers and GI Joe, and they had like they have Ghostbusters and some Star Trek. They had Star Trek stuff. Like I actually knew people who would get every single IDW comic because they had all these great franchises, and I know they've kind of lost. I don't know where IDW is going to sort of fall out in this, because I think they lost Transformers and GI Joe, and isn't even like Ghostbusters and some of these others going to other studios too?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, like they still do the half of or portion of the Star Wars, where they're doing a portion.
That's true. They do have some of the Star Wars.
They do have some of the Star Wars still. They still got.
And doesn't Dark Horse have a Star Wars title too?
I believe so.
Yeah. See, like Star Wars is going all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that same thing kind of happened with Dark Horse, where they were massive when they had the Star Wars license and a few other like good licenses, and then they lost all those, and now you're kind of like, what does Dark Horse make?
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see how they change, depending on what they're making, what comics they can make.
Yeah.
But definitely Image.
Yeah, I think with the way that DC and Marvel are going with their actual, to me, unfortunately for me, DC and Marvel, especially Marvel, seem to be more of a money grab type of scenario. Every time you turn around, they get so many crossovers and so many intertwined type of, it's like,
Yeah.
I got to buy 16 different titles in order just to get a storyline on Spider-Man or on, or Batman or whatever it is.
I hate those.
I hate that. And then
I actually hate those giant summer crossovers where they have.
Exactly. It's the worst. And then on top of it, now you're getting the quality of the paper and everything from Marvel is like just taking a big, huge nosedive. So, it's like, oh my Lord, this is terrible. So, if you're a collector that looks for that pristine cover and that, to have that, an investment of sorts, you're gonna
as
have a
opposed
hard time
to
getting great quality.
As opposed to DC, like some of the DC comics are freaking on like card stock. It's like what? It's like, what are they doing? But
but they throw on an extra. They tack on an extra. It's now $6.99.
Oh, I know.
That stocks instead of $4.99 or
some of them were $9.99 recently.
Or even
I was like, oh my gosh,
yeah, exactly.
I've noticed that in my comic book shop, man. They're now starting to get some of the comics that you have previously picked up like weeks ago, like the figure style comics, and a month ago they were selling them for £5. Now they're going anything for £5 up to like £20 off them in a copy, depending on the variants of them. Before you could get the variants were all the same price, but now they're gradually jumping up.
Mm-hmm.
I backed an independent comic 3 years ago, got an email every 3 months showing how they're shipping slowly, but still no comic for me.
Oh my Lord.
Damn, G-Force, what was the name of it?
I have a couple of comics out there that I've been backed in independent comics and or, Kickstarter type comic deals that I'm like, ooh, man, am I really going to ever see these comics?
Yeah, before Star Trek went on, this will tell you how long ago this was, before Star Trek went on Paramount Plus, okay?
Yeah.
And they started doing Discovery and these other new shows. There was like this period where there was nothing Star Trek. There were no movies, there were no TV shows. And someone got, I don't remember who it was, but someone got the rights to make a Star Trek film as long as they didn't use existing character, like they couldn't use Kirk or Picard or any of those existing characters. They had to make up their own bridge crew.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a weird agreement with Paramount for how they were going to do a Star Trek movie. So they basically had to kick off a whole new movie with a whole new cast, but they could still have, but they had Klingons in it, and they had, in fact, even one of the, who was it? It was the Martok, the guy that was in Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
They actually got that actor back to replay Martok. So he was in it. He was in the film. And there's a couple other people. Like Richard Hatch was in the movie. He was gonna play, I think Richard Hatch was also playing a Klingon.
Yeah.
And so in order to get funding for it, the studio actually went on Kickstarter. We had one of the studio executives on the podcast back like in 2014 or 15 or whatever it was, 10 years ago when I was doing the podcast,
Yeah.
And we actually had one of the producers on there, and he was talking about the movie and stuff. And then when I met Richard Hatch in person at a comic show in Seattle, we talked about it. So I had Richard Hatch on for like 5 minutes, a little in-person recording we did for like 5 minutes. And he talked about being on this new Star Trek movie too. And I talked about how I backed it and all this stuff. I still haven't received a copy of this Star Trek movie.
Oh my Lord.
And I have no clue to this day if it's even ever going to come out. And because now with all the stuff going on with Paramount, I think they canned it.
Yeah.
I think when like shortly after they started putting it together, I bet you Paramount went to them and canned the thing and said, we got an idea for continuing Star Trek on the app, on a streaming service. So now your idea is dead. You know what I mean? And we never got our money back or told that it was dead. And so I don't know how you like fix these things. You know what I mean? It's like I put in $50. You know, my $50 gone. You know, because they never resolved it. You know what I mean? And or am I just going to get a DVD in the mail one day and be like, "Here's your movie"? You know what I mean?
Based on what Rum is saying in the chat, you ain't getting shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think
it ended up in a legal battle. He's saying,
yeah.
And yes,
I love this
so let me play
shoe. I love this shoe. I'm glad you love your shoes, Polar Knights. You know, you gotta have nice, comfortable shoes.
Love this shoe.
I know he means show. The show. Yeah. I looked on eBay and Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy fan club kit is selling for on eBay. Wow. Why? Okay. Nice.
I think you accidentally put one extra 2 in there, by the way.
What do you
25?
Carrie, can Chip play with us for a bit longer?
Sure. Yes.
That sucks.
He would be happy to.
Proof that drinking and credit cards and late night shopping don't mix. Yeah, there you go. Right. You're talking about Axanar. There it is. Yes. So Axanar ended up in a legal battle. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Axanar. That was it. Yep. Stanley is probably British. Yeah. So I probably will never see my $50 or the movie.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah.
Well, I backed a few things. Like I did at one point, I even backed well before AirPods and all those were available. There was a company out there that was kickstartering earbuds, basically wireless earbuds. Well before, this is years and years ago. They just couldn't get the technology going, and finally they decided they were just gonna, pull the plug on it. Well, you lose everything. You don't get your money back. Fortunately for me, I purchased it through AMX, and I just called them up. I'm like, yeah, this company took, been a year since we actually funded this thing. I haven't seen nothing, so they refunded my money back, on that thing. But
I didn't even think about that. I wonder if I wonder what I'd have to look. I probably don't even have that credit card. I bet it because it did go on a card. I bet, because that's how.
I was able to get my return based on that from just American Express, but
people
were putting in like lawsuits and stuff against this company because of the fact that they were not getting refunded from their credit card company. They're putting on debits and they're paying, whatever. And so it was a lot of that craziness going on with this company that I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now for some reason. But anyway, it was a really. They send out baseball caps and all that, and you're thinking, oh, this is great. And then that was it. That's all they did. They sent out baseball caps. Never sent you the headphones. Never, and finally one day you go to the website and they're gone. And they just poofed. It's like, holy shit, and then the guy opened up another shop and was trying to, peddle more things for different, Kickstarter stuff. And it was crazy. So, but I've done a couple of Kickstarter or GoFundMe accounts. I Geek Girl, I did one for him, with him just because of you and Salacious talking about it. I did Boobs with Mindy because of working with Shanty and Josh and Rum getting his copies and stuff. So I felt comfortable enough to do that. But yeah, there's some out there. It's like, and I don't know, it's like
I just did one named VIX Vox. It's okay. And it's another independent comic, but I should get it the first week in November. It's already getting ready to ship. So
very good. Yeah, I'm waiting on one to come in from Golden Key Comics. A couple of guys bought Golden Key Comics, so the old Bela Lugosi comic, but they bought that whole book line and everything. They're doing this big, huge push in comic and books and all this stuff and posters and all. So I back that. I haven't seen anything yet, but that's probably the one I'm probably the most worried about.
That's funny. Dino's like, did I win for the most random topic? And then John's like, yeah, you won. It means you have to send your sail barge to me. Congrats.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm tempted to run to the North Carolina State Fair and abduct the weather girl. What?
Oh, really?
You can't say that online. Now if she disappears, they're all coming after you. What would you do if she suddenly did disappear? They're coming straight to your house now, G-Force. You know what I mean?
Yes, that they are. That they are. Too funny.
Yeah, he just incriminated himself right here.
Yep. Yep, that he did. That he did. Well, you know, Shanty's not at home right now, so he's got to set his sights somewhere else now. Hang on someone else's bushes.
He's like, I just.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
Yeah, what is it with weather girls though? We have a weather girl down here that's like, what? G-Force just got us all put on a watch list.
Thanks, G.
Chlorif. Now we're going over the edge here. Now they're coming for Rub too. If she disappears, they're gonna be like, Rub, you told them how to do it. You know,
Listen,
like
if they haven't caught Rum yet, they ain't ever gonna catch him.
Not helping.
Rum's seen my weather girl. She's a treat. Now I'm curious. What channel are we talking about?
Yeah, what channel? We gotta go.
What channel? We gotta go check this out.
So in other news,
Other news.
Diablo 4 had their season of blood start. That was a great we had a lot of fun with that last night.
Yes, we
Call
did.
of Duty is now like a little bit crossing over with Diablo, where you can get Diablo skins for your operators.
Yeah.
And that Lilith skin is incredible. It's even got the wings and everything. That's
yeah. I bought that one. Yeah, I got that.
And then it's funny seeing Lilith running around with a machine gun,
Machine
though.
gun, yeah. Yeah, I picked that one up a couple
so
days.
we'll have to play some of that Call of Duty this weekend, because they have they have a swamp creature in it. They got the Butcher from Diablo as a boss you can go fight.
Yep.
And you get teleported to the Butcher's realm. So what you got to do is open up 5. There's 5 altars of Lilith that you have to turn on, and they shoot beams of light into the air, and then a portal appears, like a Diablo 4 style portal appears in the middle, and you run through the portal and get teleported to Diablo in a sense. And then you got this big red room with all these monsters in it, and the Butcher's like, fresh meat, and he's running around trying to chop you up. And you just gotta blast away and hope you live long enough to kill him.
Yeah.
I did not. I got butchered. And then there's a UFO, which is like pushing out the water in this one area. And it's now you're running around under
the boat.
You're running around where it used to be underwater.
Yeah.
And I killed a bunch of aliens, but I didn't figure it out till like today. I watched a video on it, and apparently you can shoot the ship out of the sky.
Yeah, you have to shoot it.
And then there's a boss alien guy that you can kill.
Yeah, you kill
and
him.
It'll drop an artifact or something, and you're supposed to do something.
Yeah, you take the orb, and then there's like a circle that'll show up, the blue glowing circle, and you take it and you throw it at the orb, basically throw it at the circle, and then it basically just opens up a whole loot of all backpacks and vests and all kinds of good stuff, good loot stuff. So hey, Gap.
Hi, Gap. How you doing?
How's it going, sir? So, but yeah, that one's a cool one. There's the Pharaoh. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Pharaoh. Yeah. So you have to go down underground in the Oasis area, where you could go under before, but there was never anything down there really. But now there's a sarcophagus, and there's a bunch of basically undead skull guys. There's yellow ones and green ones and red ones, and you got to shoot them, and their head falls off, and you pick up their skulls. And you got to put the skulls in the sarcophagus, and then the mummy will come out of it. Yeah. But the bodies get back up. You'll see them dead there for a while. Then eventually they'll go. It's like they'll actually get back up, and it's like, oh crap, they're back. So if you kill a whole bunch of them in a pile somewhere, then they all start getting up, and now you've got 20 of them to contend with. Where like if you were sitting there killing them one at a time as they're coming towards you, whenever they get back up, it's like suddenly you've got 10 of them at once. You're like, oh no.
Yeah.
So you got to keep moving and spread your bodies out, or you end up with a problem eventually.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, yeah, it's a fun game. It was fun. I was playing a little bit today.
I don't want to be on a watch list. Maybe I shouldn't stay. Gap. Yeah, he came into the wrong chat, Gap.
I'm telling you, Rum's getting us in trouble with him and his executive assistant.
Yeah. And there's ghosts all around the board, and apparently there's some areas where there are zombies running around, but I didn't see any zombies when I was playing. But I did run into some ghosts and some jump scares that were in boxes and things. And
Yep.
Apparently I found a thing you can turn off the jump scares.
Yeah, you could turn
just
them
in
off.
case you got a heart problem, you don't want to be killed, but
yeah. A lot of fun.
It's too late, Gap. You should probably just stay now.
Yeah.
It's safe. It's just jokes. You're already on the list. They're what's running around. You exploiting ghosts again?
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
So we'll have to do that for Saturday shenanigans this coming morning. We'll play some Call of Duty and see if we can kill stuff as a group. Because solo, I could only kill the swamp creature solo.
Yeah.
And
he's fairly easy.
He goes down with a couple grenades if you get him, especially the sticky grenades, the Simtex. Just stick them on him and he'll go down.
Do we invite Rum? That's the big question.
Well, of course we do.
Oh, okay.
Because see, what's going to happen is Rum's going to be out there in the swamp, and the creature's going to jump out of the water and start eating him, and then you and I can kill the creature while he's busy.
That is true.
So, yeah, we need Rum. Perfect. I mean, he has to be there.
He'll be our bait. Rum, you just run around and let him chase you, and then
we'll just shoot him while you're...
So Rum's the bait.
Yeah, he's our bait. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Hi, Silver Scratch Built Productions. How you doing?
Hey, Silver. How you doing?
I think I might be done packing the place up by Sunday. It's going fairly well this week. Nice. That's good.
That's good. Wow.
That's
Sunday.
good.
Wow. Making some work of that place because that place was a lot of stuff.
Good work you're doing there, Ghost. Yeah, good work. Have you guys talked about the 112 Duke G.I. Joe cloth figure? No, I didn't even. Did I not see this thing? I don't think I saw this thing.
Nope, I have no idea.
Let me look real quick. I'll see what we got.
Yeah, Rum is but a pawn in the game.
Is it Mezco?
You don't get invited to your own shows anymore.
I'm alive for another day. Rum is but a pawn in the game of life.
Mm-hmm.
That's great, Chris. It looked like one hell of a job.
I
don't get invited to my own shows anymore.
Yeah, Bob keeping the Rum down. Mezco?
Yeah, Mezco. Rummy. Yeah, okay, so here we go. Before we go, we'll take a look at this Duke.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Let me share the screen.
So how much is this figure going to cost us all?
Looks like $112.
Yeah, that ain't happening. Wow. How big
I probably would have done is this the first one they've done? Because I probably would have done Snake Eyes or someone like that first if I were choosing who to do first. But he looks good all the way around, but his head, it's something that you're never. That's why I would have went with someone who doesn't have a face, because it's hard to do, or Cobra Commander first, because it's hard to get like someone's face the way that, because everyone's got a different idea of how Duke's going to look. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think you're going to satisfy anybody, with the head sculpt. You know what I mean?
How tall is that? Like, what size is that?
1/12. So that means he's
1/12.
That means he's what? 12 inches? No, that means he's 6 inches, doesn't it?
6 inches. Wait,
right?
Yeah.
Because if he were, because if
uh,
he were 6 foot tall, 1/6 would be 1 foot every,
every 12 inches.
So 1/12 means he's only 6 inches.
Yeah. Wow.
No, that's if this were a 12-inch
12
figure, this might be worth it, but a 6-inch figure, no way. I'm not paying $112 for a 6-inch figure.
I mean, $112 for. I mean, that's shit. That's craziness. That's Hot Toys type of for a 6-inch.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't pay that for a 6-inch figure.
Holy shit. Nope. It looks cool, but
he must have a couple different heads. Yeah.
Yeah, different expressions and hands.
Whoops.
Looks like he's got a couple different hands as well. Fist and one pointing forward and salute and hold on to things. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll talk more about that Saturday on Vern's show.
Yeah. We'll do the female GI.
If it works out, I'm going to have something special for Halloween on my channel, probably tomorrow. Keep your eyes out. I'm going back to work.
Nice.
All right, Chris, we'll keep an eye out.
Sounds good.
It does look really cool.
It looks cool.
It looks cool, doesn't it? It's a 6-inch physical massacre. Done Destro, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow so far. Okay. And Firefly. All right. Only do the female Joes and the Cobra. I might buy a few Joe guys. He better pose himself for that price. He better pose himself.
Yeah, exactly. That weapon better be real.
Anatomically correct. Well, guys, we've come to the end of the hour. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for chatting comics and toys. And
yes,
maybe we can do a thing where we start convincing our comic shops to at least pull out Image.
Yeah,
so DC, Marvel, Image, then Independents in those lists.
There you go. Yeah. I haven't updated my list in so long. I don't even know what order they have them in anymore.
we actually update ours every couple months because things. Yeah, because we put miniseries and other things on that list. So when the miniseries is when a number of miniseries are all done, you want to really update and clean up that list so you're not looking over a bunch of check marks that no longer exist.
Exist. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah.
So.
Very cool.
All right, guys. Anything coming up on your channel, Baz?
Just the usual Thursday night live stream tomorrow.
All right.
Very cool.
With Dave, right?
Yep.
And you there, Chip?
Nah, not at all.
Maybe live stream some games if something comes up.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's about it.
I have to ask him before we finish up. How are you getting on with the Millennium Falcon?
I am one set of bags away. I'm like bag set number 17. It's the last set. So I will hopefully have it finished. It's just the top of the Millennium Falcon, the circle, and then a small little corner piece. And that's about it that has to be finished.
And the lights are not in yet?
And then the lights. Then
you're doing the lights. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll probably do the actual... I'll finish the Millennium Falcon this Sunday on Lego Studs. Everybody should check it out, by the way. It's a great show. And then also I'll do that. And then on the following week, I'll probably do the lights, and just kind of, put those on the show and do that. I also have a stand that I pre-built already that'll put it on an angle. So I'll do that. And then I'll just stick it back here behind me, over here on this table behind me.
if you don't drop it.
Yeah, if I don't drop it, yes. Yeah. If I drop it, I will cry.
To be honest with you, that's not actually taking you that long to actually build it then.
I you know what? I got it. I got it for Christmas. So it took a while. But it took a while for me to do it because Rum stopped doing his show. So when he took a break, then it was like, all right, well, I got this huge ass Millennium Falcon. What am I gonna do? I guess I'll start doing it on my own. And then I never did. And then so then eventually it's probably, been about 6 or 7 months maybe, but it's only been an hour or two a week, so it isn't too bad.
Lego Studs has 3 really good looking dudes on it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Rum, Josh, and G-Force.
And a crazy noise guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much so.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you later. And I think we'll all end up live streaming some gaming this weekend. So check out our channels for gaming stuff on Saturday. And then there's a number of live streams on Saturday. So you won't be bored between all our different channels. And then, it'll be cool. All right. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll talk to you later.
See y'all later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What do we got for the way out? What do we need? We need
monkey poo.
No, I don't have it.
How do I get out of this chicken shit outfit?